5,980 pounds as you see it here today. This new Catalina 271 rear kitchen couples camper falls well within that half-ton capacity, and I tell you, I like the execution of this layout. This is a well-done camper and surprisingly intelligently appointed for something that is very easily just discarded as simple and entry-level. There's some smart features going on here. Now this RV has two entry doors to give you access to the bedroom and bathroom while in transit. But what's cool is they use the same bed bath configuration as like their 263 RLS Catalina, so you don't need both entry doors to get through the camper. You can navigate from tip to tail with the slide closed. Now there's going to be a couple areas that are still a little tricky to access, like the refrigerator back here. It's a little tight. However, it opens enough that if you really needed to, you could still reach around the corner to grab something small, like a little deli meat to make a sandwich, or, you know, a can of pop or soda or Coke or whatever you call it in your region. But the fact is, you know, if you need to, you can walk through the whole RV at a travel stop or getting the RV prepped and ready for a trip without ever needing to touch that slide button. And every time I run these Catalina slide outs, it always strikes me how just buttery smooth and quiet they are. I don't know what mechanical systems or things they're doing differently. I have not yet had the opportunity to tour their facility. That's on my list of stuff to do. But, I mean, they're getting it done. It just, everything just feels so good and solid. Like, I'm supposed to be very impartial and unbiased and super duper positive about everything, and I'm pretty good at my job here at Haylett RV. But I could camp in this. I mean, I like this. I like this. I like the taller ceiling, first of all, because I'm a tall guy. I like being able to stand in the shower. Now, you spend like 8-10 minutes in the shower at a time. So a taller ceiling's not a make or break thing for me, but I certainly don't mind it. The other thing with the taller ceiling is that it means that we get taller cabinets. It gives them room. They have actually a 17% larger 7 cubic foot fridge freezer, which is very outstanding for a more basic, I'm going to use the phrase entry-level starter class, mostly denoting the level of the trim level or appointments, certainly not indicating the quality level of the RV, because although this is basic, and you could say on paper there's plenty of other RVs built like it, the Catalina series seems to be holding together exceptionally well here at Haylett RV. Now, I Googled what I'm about to show you, and Siri was like, that amount of storage is scientifically redonkulous. And I was like, huh, that's weird. And then I started opening everything up, and I went, oh, you're right. This is awesome. I mean, first of all, how about the fact that we've just got a real, true pantry? Not like a toothpick pantry where you have to reach in up to your armpit and you have to stand sideways to get to it. But a nice, big, wide, deep pantry. Now, I suppose theoretically you could remove one of these fixed shelves and turn this into something of a closet or combination thereof. But I love the fact that they didn't leave it blank. Right out of the box, it's ready to go. Now, just around the corner here, they added this extra little chunk of space. And it starts with like a handy little clutter cutting shoe garage, extra storage shelves here right next to the kitchen, and all of the countertops through the entire RV are a sealed edge press membrane material. And I love how they have those power outlets right there. That makes this ideal for things like coffee makers, but look at those easy reach appliances. Then look over here in the main kitchen proper. You've got another set of wall outlets that are easy to access, which is a huge benefit of non-laminated RV production. You can mount wall outlets like wherever you want, basically. But they also are now including these pop-up power towers that have a pair of household outlets. And if you notice, they're orientated different ways so that if you have those big bulky power adapters for like a griddle, you can move it wherever you want. And some USB plugs to keep your phones up and running and whatnot. There are some really, like, nice features going on. And again, what you just kind of, like, if you just walk past this camper outside, you never open the door, you never looked at it like we're doing, you'd be like, that's a basic starter camper. I don't know. I think it's a very smart money camper. Like, we got plywood drawers, we have pocket screwed cabinetry. Remember, everything's taller. I love the lighter wood tones in here. It makes the whole thing look and feel large. And they gave you a spot up top on the left for big, tall cereal boxy stuff. Although we got the pantry for all that too. But then they threw a shelf in over here because it's taller, because they could. We already mentioned Now that is a 17% larger gas electric fridge freezer. But then we come over here into the slide, and this whole thing is nothing but storage. And notice that you're sitting on plywood dinette decking. You're not sitting on just like Luan particle board. Luan will be fine while the RV is new, but over time it'll start to sag and it'll make that little crinkly crack sound. This stuff's going to be solid for as long as you have it. This is called a jackknife storage sofa in point of technicality because you can V it just like I've done here, and you can get to it like a storage chest. Now, that's going to be good for extra like pillows or blankets or uncommonly used things, like maybe that griddle that I mentioned. And then they looked over here and said, we're not going to waste that wall. We're going to load this thing up with even more storage space. They just never let an ounce of space go to waste in this Catalina. And we've already kind of looked at this big, huge pantry, but that thing deserves a second look, I think. Now, over here, we've got a miniature, I guess you call it, pantry-tainment center. Well, I guess that's what I call it, because I've got my weird names for everything. I forgot to even open the overhead cabinets. There's more storage up there even. So, I mean, every single place you look in this RV, there's just a little thing I like to refer to as storage galorage. For a small, under 6,000 pound dry weight travel trailer, they did a bang up job of making sure you can pack heavy but tow smaller. Then we tuck everything back away, and suddenly you're realizing, yeah, between the bigger colors and the slide and the big windows here, this thing has a nice, large, open feel. Now, there's different fabric decors available. This is called Biscotti. It's been far and away the most popular color scheme in the Catalina family we find here at Haywood RV. I think because it rides the lighter side of neutral. It's dark enough to be comfortable in bunkhouses, but it's light enough to be really desirable in couples campers. Now, they opted for maximum size windows in the slides of these Catalinas to give us maximum airflow. And our seating, you might notice, is directly across from the entertainment center. But before we get to that, I want to mess with the seating one more time and show you how you've got good guests sleeping in this couples camper. So not only can we, have a couple guests over for the evening or for a weekend or something like that, they'll feel nice and comfortable because they've got those nice dark pleated shades to really keep the neighbors out. Plus the windows are tinted. We'll talk more about that outside. But with that walk-through middle bathroom right there, nobody ever has to walk past the other person or even be able to see the other person to get to the bathroom at night, so everyone maintains full privacy. Now, very often in a more basic series camper, people tend to say, I'm going to spend more of my time outside. But should you choose to add a TV to this little Catalina 271, you see how that cinema-style sofa with that folding armrest and a couple cup holders right there, it's directly across from the entertainment center. Now, I wanted to make it clear, as I kind of indicated, but I want to make this very clear. You see that TV bracket. It's a nice swing arm bracket, but this camper does not include a TV. Catalina is such a high-volume brand that basically their supplier said, we'll just give you brackets for all of your campers and we won't charge you extra for them. So they went ahead and made it easy for you to add a TV. The mount is there. You could theoretically remove the mount, but if you want to add a TV, you don't even have to go mounting a bracket to the enclosure. It's there for you. And I think you could probably put like a 39-inch something or other in there. Now what's cool, down here, this is Bluetooth, this is DVD, but they actually ran high-def wiring through the wall. And you see how they actually left you a little HDMI port right here. So that's basically an extension cord, an HDMI extension cord. So if you do choose to add a TV and you want to plug like a Roku stick or something into it, bam, you got the perfect place to be able to do all that. So sliding through here, one of the first things you notice in the bathroom, because it's the first thing you can possibly even see, is this extra tall, big radius shower. And this is yet another instance in where this is a simple, more basic camper, but it does exactly what it needs to, where it needs to. It gives you that bigger, nice radius enclosure right there, so that big, tall people like me have headroom, have elbow room, and no one's ever going to be angry about a shower enclosure that's a little larger versus a little bit smaller. Also, you've got this door here. You've got good linen space and extra toiletry space here in this bathroom, right above that foot flush toilet. We do have a sliding privacy door here into the bedroom area. I like that accent wall in the front. Again, a lot of good looks for a basic functioning camper. Now, as I mentioned previously, we've got 2 doors. You could use this door to get to the bedroom and bathroom, but you don't have to. You might also notice how both sides of the bed have household and USB plugs. So there's never like a primary side or an off side. Everybody, I don't care what it is, those round circular plugs, there's USB plugs inside of there. So phone chargers, CPAPs, heated blankets, alarms, lights, fans. And speaking of lights, you know, you can easily reach these click on, click off kind of lights right there. But this light is located above the foot of the bed, and this is an extra tall camper. And they wanted to make sure that everybody could reach that easily. They didn't want you to have to climb onto the bed, so they gave you a handy little wall switch to access that. And just like the living room, should you choose to add a TV, they got your hookups directly across from where you'd be sitting or sleeping or laying or whatever for easy viewing. I like the new decal package they have on the Summit series, previously called SBX. They did that for a couple reasons. It helps visibly differentiate the Summit series from its little more upscale sister, the Legacy series. They're more similar than they're not still. That's actually one of the things I like about the Catalinas. The biggest difference is going to be the options and the available on them and the different floor plans in the 2 segments. But you can very easily tell at a glance now which one you're looking at, whereas previously it was kind of difficult. Now up front they have a 67% thicker painted aluminum nose sweep, and that's one of the cool things I like about conventionally constructed campers. There's really less surface to have to deal with a lot of oxidizing. Now, it's not that a painted aluminum can't oxidize, it's just that it's far less common and does not happen near as quickly as something like a laminated skin or like an ABS nose cap or anything like that. Now, what really separates the Summit series for me here with the Catalinas is the fact that they do things that are not necessarily, well, they're completely mundane common features, but not in a starter class or price point, like a propane tank cover. That seemingly simple, innocuous feature. You almost expect it to be there. You take it for granted that it's not there on most entry-level campers. If you're lucky, a lot of entry-level campers will give you like a slip cover, but this is what most brand new entry-level travel trailers look like. Just a couple exposed propane tanks. They give you that extra cover to help keep them protected from the weather, make sure that your mechanical aspects of your bottles, you know, aren't damaged, things like that. Now, it's a manual tongue jack. It's the same 3-bolt pattern as any RV. If the only thing stopping you from taking this home is a power tongue jack, all you got to do is give us a call. Now, also notice, again, a seemingly mundane feature, those tinted UV windows. That is a huge thing to help keep the heat down in this RV, keep the nosy neighbors out, plus you can still pull down the shades inside to take that a step further. You've got a black tank flush here, another feature that you find on a lot of RVs outside of the starter class price point. That's what I like about these Catalinas. They have good looks, but they are a feature-first brand, and you can see that you can also build these with an optional enclosed belly, as we like to do on our summits here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. They also do a really good job of the things that really matter. It's not just like visible things that you're probably not thinking to look at, like peel back one of your slide wiper seals here and you see a second one. Plus there's both interior and exterior bulb seals, so there's always 3 points of contact on this slide at all times, and you've got that really rough textured slide wall right there to make sure those wiper seals are always flipping all the way in or out, doing their job exactly as they're supposed to. A spare tire is amazingly something you don't always find on a starter class camper. 3/8 inch walkable roof decking with 16-inch on center roof trusses, wall studs, 5/8 tongue and groove plywood flooring. Now, what I just described has become very common. Almost everything in the conventional built class that we have here at Haylett RV fits that description that I just gave you right there. So that's kind of the thing, is the build construction and methodology that works really well, it has been largely standardized throughout the industry. I'm not saying that every conventional camper is built with the same general methods I just described here. And what I'm getting at is, it's not so much the method, it's the execution that separates them. And judging by the service records we've already seen out of Catalina, they're executing their plan properly. It's not the playbook, it's the execution. Over here on the patio side, we're first going to be greeted by Mr. Jody and Mr. Blaine. These are a pair of our surface level quality control sort of inspection agents. You might notice up front how this trailer is still hooked up to the RV delivery driver's truck. We actually will not allow them to even drop the trailer here until it's at least past a good surface level inspection. You can see we're checking out some decals in the back, making sure they're not bubbled up, not going to crack up on you, etc. We try to be proactive, not reactive here at Haylet RV. So over here, under this big power awning, it's got LED lighting for the awning and speakers. That's becoming a little more common though. It's got an auto rain dump feature and a manual tilt lock. But what I want to focus in on is how they have changed over recently to an anti-slam entry door, which is new to the Catalina family. And really, Coachmen doesn't do a lot of them, which surprises me. I really like the feature. You know, in conjunction with that optional upgraded LCI stable step that you see right there, the anti-slam door and the entry handle allow for very easy come and go. Now, this is the Summit Series Catalina, which is, I guess, what you really call the more basic or starter series. But how cool is this outdoor sort of camp kitchen convenience center that they have going on? First of all, the door is tall enough that even at 6'3", I can walk under it and be clear. I also like the fact that they put this over here on the campsite of the RV, like under the awning, so it's nice and shady. But it's got a you know, handy little outside storage. We got the larger fridge, so the 2 refrigerators in total comprise over 10 cubic foot of cold storage, because remember, we have a 7 cubic foot fridge inside. This is like a 3.7 or something like that. But the fact is, you've got like fifth wheel quantity of cold storage here in what you'd call an entry-level camper. That's what I like about Catalina. They really surprise you like that sometimes. Now, that extra chunk of counter space over here is awesome. You see how you've got the power outlet in there if you want to run some appliances. Also, they are using the Barley Popinator 9000 series. Everyone knows is 37% more effective than the original 2000 series. Why they jumped from 2000 to 9000 remains a mystery to me. I'm an RV nerd, not a Barley Popinator expert, unfortunately. Now, just like inside, we have all that sealed edge countertop. And how cool is this that they give you this extra chunk of counter space right here? And you know what I thought? I thought this would actually be a cool place to put like all my sort of picnic condiment type stuff. I could have my picnic table right under here, and I could slide that open like an elevated sort of condiment shelf. I think that everyone's going to use this a different way, and no one's going to be wrong in the way they use it. It's just a bunch of cool different little things that go into these Catalinas. Now up here, they've got a large front pass-through storage compartment, and it has an extra wide, extra tall door, and you see that they have the same width door on the opposite side. So it's not just over here on the camp side of the RV, you have good access to that storage, but on both sides of the RV. And that's the kind of stuff I like about this. This is a simple but super effective smart brand. And this is a floor plan I've never seen in this class or segment before. It's similar to a Cougar 26 RKS, it's similar to a Whitehawk 26 RK, but it's still uniquely Catalina. And that is why we carry so many different brands here at Haylet RV, to help you zero in on the one you like with laser-like precision. So give our team a call, paint them a picture. This is what I want, this is what I like, this is how I want it, and we'll get you camping. Until then, take care, stay safe, have fun, happy camping everyone, and remember that though we may do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything between, we do not do hidden dealer fees at Haylet RV.